Hey guys, we're back again. We're supporting the outdoors today. A little bit fresh out here, but once we get started, I know we're gonna warm up. We're in our backyard on our basketball court, finally giving you athletic training. So Marvin, thank you for being patient, but we're here and we're gonna give it a go. Not sure how it's gonna go. There's lots of noises out here, but hopefully we can show you a few drills and then you can take them and use them any way you like. Looking at about a 30-35 minute workout here for today. I'd like to also welcome some new exercisers to our team. Starla's girls, Nora and Georgia, thank you for participating and keeping your mom in good shape. And also I'd like to welcome the women's basketball team from Fanshawe College, who I expect will be doing these workouts. And congratulations on an OCAA championship title. All right, so we're gonna start off with a warm up. I have two ladders here just so that you can see the front and a profile, so you don't need two ladders, all you need is one. Hopefully you have it today. So I'm just gonna step off to the side. I have my kids with me, Danielle, Caitlin, and Vince, who will demo for you. So listen for my voice, watch what they do, and see how well you can do it. Take your time, go at your own pace. There's no need to go any faster than you feel is necessary through the warm-up, and then as the body gets warmer, you increase your intensity and get a good workout in. All right, so off we go. Here we go. So we're gonna start off with 1 foot, 1 square, and you'll do it as a warm-up. So again, this should be done easily and relaxed, and off you go. So 1 foot, 1 square, you get through each square. Your goal is to nail each of those squares on the balls of your foot, going nice and gentle. Again, just enough effort to warm your body up, especially if you're doing it outdoors and it's a little chilly. Bring the whole family along. So normally we go about 4 rounds. Again, depends on how you warm up. Was that 4, Danielle? All right, so we're gonna go laterally. So now you're gonna face one direction, both feet in each square. Go ahead, Danielle. There goes Vince on your profile and Caitlin adding to it. So we're gonna go 2 times in one direction. And then you'll turn and face the opposite direction and do 2 times in that direction. So again, just warming things up, getting the legs moving, getting the body going. Now they're gonna repeat again, keeping things balanced. You wanna keep your body square in all of this, keep the abs tight. So we're gonna repeat again, 1 foot, 1 square. Let's do it again. This time a little bit more effort added to the movement. Body's getting a little warmer. And again, that's your call. You decide on when you start to get warm and when you feel comfortable enough to add a little more intensity. So again, 4 rounds, 1 foot, 1 square. And off you go. Push 1 foot, 1 square. All right, and we're gonna go doubling up in each of the squares, facing one direction, working our lateral movement, because every athlete needs to work laterally. Even if you're not an athlete, but in your mind you believe you are, everybody needs to work laterally. All right, we turn and face the other way. And parents, this is a great way to get the kids outdoors, get them moving, and it's a little bit different from just running or walking, like playing a game. All right, so we're gonna hold it there. So the warm-up is completed. Now we're gonna start off with a different foot pattern. We're gonna straddle the outside of one of the squares. So Danielle again will demo. The inside foot is gonna come out and in of each of the squares as you progress forward. So go ahead, it's in and out of each square as you progress forward. So you notice both feet are moving. So she's gonna go all the way to the edge. Now this is where we're gonna get a little trickier. She's gonna turn, step herself in the ladder, face, and go with her lateral movement that we just practiced. And you'll stay on that side for 4 times. All right, go ahead. Off we go. And again, you got the profile of Vince, so you see the side view and the front view. Hopefully you're catching on this and doubling up. Good. Off you go. So again, just enough of a break to catch your breath, and then you'll try again. So if you're doing this by yourself, you got a lot of work. If you have a partner, it's a little less stressful for you. So we got Vince working all by himself. He's gonna take a little longer in the break as he catches his breath, and Daniela and Caitlin get to alternate. So again, the body's a little bit warmer, so they're gonna start to add a little more intensity to their movement. Going a little bit faster. If you mess up the ladder, if you have one that's actually portable, that's okay, just fix it up. If you have something that's more permanent, you're all set. So again, abs are tight, legs move as quickly as they can. You drive, and you double up. Now we're going 4 repetitions. You certainly can add or subtract, depending on your time, depending on your energy. So whatever you like to do, we're gonna just show you some drills and you're gonna work them as best you can. All right, so we do the same thing on the opposite side. Again, straddle that first rung. That inside foot goes in and out as you move forward. So the body's moving forward and you're driving through. You turn and face the other way and you double up. For those of you that have been doing athletic training with me for the last couple months, this is actually a new pattern that we put together. So hopefully you like it and you enjoy the challenge of it. Now, depending on where you are and the size of your backyard, you don't need a whole lot of space, as you can see. So once they complete this drill, we're going to take a little breather. Grab a stretch, grab some water, and then we're going to go into our next drill. And we got one last time. Off we go. All right, good time to take a stretch, grab some water. We're just gonna keep going so you can press pause, and we're gonna keep going. So our next drill will be a push-up. And this will not be an ordinary push-up. This is gonna be a push-up through the ladder. So again, we have 2 views for you. We got the straight on and we got a profile. So Caitlin will demo, she'll get on the other side. So, sorry. Yes. All right, so nice and long. And she's gonna walk up the ladder, taking her time. Now, if you can't do a full push-up, give me 10 push-ups on your knees stationary. All right, and Danielle will follow her. And then of course, Caitlin will start again when Danielle gets here and head back in the same direction. You have Vince here too, so you see the movement there. So parents, if you're doing this with your kids, you might want to take a look at the video first, see if you have to make any modifications. Although based on some of the kids I've seen in some of the videos you've shared, they look pretty strong. So, all right, so there goes Caitlin starting her second round, heading in the opposite direction. Vincent's going to take a little longer break because he hasn't had one, and then he'll head the opposite direction. So again, a little bit of upper body, adding a different type of component to your regular push-ups. And again, we're going to do this one time only. You have the choice of course, adding a second round or a third round if you like. So again, just a few different ideas for you to enjoy some of the family time. And our second round will involve another pattern for your ladder. So again, you'll shake out the body, stretch it out, maybe grab a sip of water. So the athletic training is a little different from our customary workouts. So you do have the opportunity to take some breaks, shake it out, and then go back in. All right, so we're gonna go with a speed straddle. So we're gonna get both feet in each of the squares, in the square, and they'll both come out. And then you'll advance and move to the next square, in and out of each of the squares. So you want to find the pattern first, and then you start to pick up your speed. All right, so our team's going to go ahead and give it a go. So in and out of each square. And they're going to do 4 rounds once again. In and out, each square. Now you'll notice you'll probably start with one leg first. Make sure you're mixing that up and alternating. First you start with your right foot in first, and then next round maybe your left foot in. So you want to pick up that tempo. Once you know the pattern, you go for it. So abs always on, staying on the balls of your feet, trying to keep the ladder, as we say, as clean as possible. So trying not to mess it up, picking up your feet just a wee bit. Even if you're using a taped ladder or a chalk ladder, just imagine that you got a little bit of elevation there. All right, so now we're gonna turn that around and we're gonna work the speed straddle in reverse. This might take a little more practice. So in and out of each square. So a little more glute work here. So again, go slowly, and then when you feel comfortable, you start to add a little more speed. So Danielle and Vince are ready, and off you go. And it's okay if you mess up, gang. This will take some time to figure it out. So don't get discouraged. Don't let your kids get discouraged. My kids have been doing this since they were maybe 8 to 10 years old. So they've had lots of time to practice. And this is certainly a great activity to do daily. So if you have that ladder out, keep it out. If you have it taped to the driveway or chalked to the driveway, let the kids work on it, or yourself, of course. All right, so for this last round of this pattern, you're gonna go forward speed straddle, and when you get to the end, you're gonna reverse it right away. So now if you're working with a partner, they got a little more time to take a breather. All right, off you go, in and out. So she comes forward, you're familiar with that, and once Vince and Danielle get to the top, they're gonna reverse that and go the opposite way. Now, if you like, you can warn them when they're done. So let them know what last one, and they'll know not to run too much further. One more. Off we go, 4 rounds of this as well. You certainly don't have to be watching all of this, so you can feel free to fast forward, learn the moves, and then bring them out to the backyard. All right, so again, you can do 4 rounds. We're only gonna do 2 so that we're not wasting too much of the time. I'm gonna have the kids grab a chair, so hopefully you have a chair close by. We're gonna work on your bench lunges, I call this. And again, some of you are familiar with this. So basically, you'll set up your chair, and I'm gonna have the kids, again, place the chair so that you can see this at all different angles. You're gonna place your back foot on the seat of your chair, and you're gonna draw low into a lunge. Now here's the objective of this one. We wanna overload that front leg. So the back leg, there's barely any weight on that seat. So watch for that. I don't want you to push off the back. I want you to push off the front. That front knee stays over top of the ankle, and you're just gonna come up and release through. Dig through the heel, squeeze your butt, and release. And again, squeeze the butt and release. So we're gonna have the kids show that. I'm gonna demo both sides and the options. We're gonna make a few adjustments to make sure you can see this. All right, so off they go. They're gonna place one foot on the seat of the chair, and they're gonna hop themselves forward so that their front knee is over top the ankle. So they'll take a look. They'll take themselves down. So lower it down to 90 degrees. They'll make sure their knee is over top of the ankle, and then they'll drive up. All right, so now down you go again. It's low and drive up, and low and drive up, and low and drive up. So we want to dig through that front heel to squeeze the butt, keeping as little weight on the back as possible. So you'll do a set obviously on one side and reach. So we're looking at 12 to 15 reps, and then you're going to switch up. We'll switch up now. I know that's not 15, but again, don't want to spend too much of your time. You'll switch sides, and do the same thing. Make sure you're lined up. We don't want the knee going past the toe. We want to dig for that front glute, squeeze tall. Notice the back stays straight, body is strong, and pressing through, and you'll shake that out. Once again, you'll do a set or two of 12 to 15 reps. Now they're gonna go back to leg number 1, and we're gonna go into a power lunge. So they'll set themselves up in the same way. Again, line up knee over heel, and they're gonna take themselves up, and then they're gonna drive up. They'll use their upper body to drive up, and they'll drive up, and they'll drive up. So you're gonna try to get as much space between your foot and the floor or the ground as you can. Push through and push through. Again, 12 to 15 reps, and you'll switch. Now this is gonna exhaust the quad really quickly. So take a breather if you need to in between your reps and complete the set. All right, and of course you'll go to the other side and drive up. If you don't want to jump, gang, you don't have to jump. You can keep it low and keep it stationary. Press through, and then you'll relax and shake it out. And again, you'll take this time to stretch out. We'll move the chairs out of the way. And we'll head back to the ladder. So incorporating a little bit of power with speed work, it's a nice way to just add some variety to your workout. All right, you might hear a saw in a short few minutes, so listen for that, or try to ignore that rather. All right, we're gonna go into the Icky Shuffle. So you're gonna start off on one side of the ladder. You're gonna bring 2 feet in the square, and then 1 foot comes out. The foot that's left in the square is gonna advance. 2 feet in the square, 1 foot comes out. 2 feet in the square, 1 foot comes out. So notice, 2 feet in, 1 foot out, advance. 2 feet in, 1 foot out, advance. 2 feet in, and advance. All right, so we're gonna do this slowly first so that you can catch it. All right, go ahead. 2 feet in and 1. Again, take the time to learn the move. It's gonna take you a little bit of time. Don't get frustrated. All right, hopefully we'll get that moving for you, and then you add a little bit more. So we go a little quicker, pushing through. So we wanna get that heart rate elevated. We wanna overload the muscles. So we add a little more speed, pushing through. This is probably one of the more complicated movements. I'm gonna double that up, 2 in and 1 out. I'm gonna show you that a couple more times, and then we'll change it up for you. Yeah, one more time. All right, so we're gonna grab the ladder, bring it to the center, and we're gonna take that same movement and we're gonna slow it down. So you'll just continue. That's good. All right, so the same pattern, but we're gonna slow it down so that we add a little bit of power. So again, the pattern is the same. So 2 feet in, 1 out, 2 feet in, and 1 out. So check this out now. We're gonna add as much power to our lateral movement as we can. 2 in, 1 out, 2 in, 1 out. So we want to stick the landing. We want to control the movement. This is where that core comes in, and double in. All right, go ahead. So 2 and power, 2 and power. You're going to try to get as much lateral movement as you can and stick the landing. So it's not only power, it's control, it's core strength through the glutes, through the abs. Quick out, quick out, quick out, quick out. Double out, double out, double out. All right, we're gonna try that a couple more times again so that you understand the movement, and then we're gonna carry on. You'll find out very quickly that you don't need to do a whole lot for the body to feel worked. All right, so once you've done the quick version and the power version, you can try a set to alternate. So we're gonna go first round quick, second round power. So Danielle starts off quick, as quickly as she can. Caitlin's gonna follow right after. And then the second round, we change our system, and we now think power and control. Still keeping those quick movements in the center of the square, but power through the sides. All right, our next drill will be a moving lunge. So you're gonna step 1 foot in the lunge, press through and advance. So you're moving as you lunge. Again, be mindful of that positioning of that 90 degrees, knees over top of the ankle. This is a surprise to the kids. I've just added this one. So it's a lunge and advance. So both feet or both legs need to be lunging in each square. Now you won't want to do this too many times, so I'm going to have them do one on each side. So being mindful of balance, so whatever you do on one side, you got to do on the other. All right, Danielle's gonna try her last set here. Now, if you are working with young kids, maybe do 2 or 3, and then see how they make out the next time they do it. Maybe do 3 or 4, and allow them to progress. This is intended, obviously, for adults, but lots of modifications available for the kids. Although, again, likely you'll be surprised by their endurance and their strength. Good, shake it out. So again, they'll want to shake out. We're going to remove the ladders. That's it for the ladder drills for now. And I'm going to set up for a second drill. All right, this is another drill that doesn't require a lot of space. So you're going to set yourself up in what we call a T drill. And again, for those of you that have done athletic training, you know what this one's about. So you set up some pylons. If you don't have pylons, it's okay. Just use anything that you have, a book, anything you have, shoes, whatever you got at home. So you got 4 cones. You're going to sprint to the center cone. You're going to give me a side shuffle, turn and sprint to the opposite cone, side shuffle, and then back pedal. So you're making the shape of a T. So we're going to give that a go. I'm going to let the kids do it so I can rest and give you a quick look. All right, go ahead. Side shuffle, sprint, side shuffle, back pedal. Next person goes, or if you're doing this by yourself, just catch your breath. Again, you don't need a whole lot of space. When we do athletic training, we like to try to obviously train like an athlete, so a lot of their movement is short, quick movements, explosive. So again, maybe 4 times in one direction. And then again, we want to keep things balanced. So the next time out, you want to move in the opposite direction. Yeah, go left.
Go other way now?
Yeah. So you sprint as quickly as you can. Side shuffle, you stay low And back pedal, you drive through again, using those glutes, using those hamstrings. Turn, sprint, back pedal, push through. Turn and sprint, drive back, and one